Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Okay, now that our vinyl filler has cured, let's go ahead. We're going to take our DA sander with 80 grit and we're going to go ahead and finish this out. I'm going to go ahead and use some various hand sanding blocks to go ahead and finish molding this out properly. Once again, we're still using 80 grit sandpaper. Alright, I got it down pretty nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix me up just a little bit more filler, and I'm going to kind of feather the edges out. It's really nice here, but let me go ahead and hit that with the sander one more time. Okay, now that we've done all of our repair work, we went ahead and filled it in. We went ahead and used our plastic filler and our iron and this, that, and the other. We are now ready to go ahead and primer our dash. Now, the primer that we're going to use is the POLYVANCE. This is POLYVANCE. It's called Blackjack. This is their top of the line primer. This is a waterborne primer, and it is spray ready. All right, you don't have to add any chemicals to it. You don't have to add no water to it. Shake it up really good. It's ready to go. Before we put that on, though, the thing that we need to do is we need to use an advanced adhesion promoter. When I say advanced, I'm talking high quality. Adhesion promoter on the vinyl dash is going to ensure that everything that we spray on it is going to stay on it, if that makes any sense. Now, you can buy this adhesion promoter from POLYVANCE if you want to. They actually have it in a spray can form, or you can go buy it at your local paint and body store just like this. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now, I did shake it very well, and once again, POLYVANCE does sell it. I just happen to already have some in spray can, in quart form, which I will have to use my spray gun to use it with. So we'll go ahead and pour our adhesion promoter in, and then we're going to put one coat on our dash. Alright, we're going to go ahead and apply one quick coat on it of our adhesion promoter. All right, now that we've applied our adhesion promoter, we're going to go ahead and put some primer on the dash using our POLYVANCE black. They call this the Blackjack Waterborne. And when you're done with this, you clean this with water, just to let you know. You don't clean it with lacquer thinner. So we're going to go ahead and get a strainer out. You always want to strain everything that you spray. Once again, this is a Blackjack POLYVANCE Waterborne primer. This is the one that they talked me into buying when I purchased it, and they also have another less expensive brand if you want to buy that. Alright, what we're looking at here, this is not the finished dashboard. What we're looking at is the waterborne primer. We still have to put texture on it in the area that we repaired, and then we're going to blend the texture into the dash. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take some 180 and I'm going to look at the repair very closely, and I see that the repair came out really nice. I like it. And I'm going to take my 180 and I'm just going to scuff this area down. I'm not going to sand any of the area over there due to the fact that it's very smooth and it came out very nice. All we're going to do is blend a sand job into the area that we repaired. And now what I'll do, I'll go ahead and take some 320, and now I'll go ahead and lightly scuff the whole top of the dash. And what this is doing, this is blending and prepping for our paint. And once again, it's just a light scuff. You can see what I'm doing here. This really came out nice. It blended in good, and it looks awesome. And I will say that this primer really works good. This Blackjack Waterborne from yeah, this is some good stuff, people. Really good stuff. And the primer we're talking about is supplied by POLYVANCE. That's their special brand, and I recommend that you use it. Okay, I'm just going to get the underside of this dash right here. I'm just going to scuff that edge down. Get this edge right here. Scuff it down. And without using any chemicals at all, we're going to go ahead and wipe this down. And we are now ready to blend our texture in and paint it. Okay, the product that we're going to use to put a texture back on the dash and blend it all in is called the FlexTex VT. Now this is a satin black. It's made by POLYVANCE. And this is the product that we're going to use to retexture the area that we sanded because we don't want to leave it all smooth. Now the way that you use this is you reduce it with lacquer thinner. This is a lacquer thinner substance type paint, and if you want a heavy texture, then you spray it directly out of the can. If you want a medium texture, then you're going to reduce it by 25%, and if you want a thin texture, you're going to reduce it by 50%. So we're going to go ahead and go with the thin texture, and we're going to blend it into the dash that's already there, and then we will let that dry, and then we will come back with this product right here, and this is a jet black, and this is a vinyl dye. This is a vinyl dye spray that will dye the, we'll paint our dash with this, and then it should be exactly just like factory. This is actually a PPG product. This does have nothing to do with POLYVANCE, and this is a one-step deal, ready to spray type dye that we're going to use. This is a black vinyl paint, you would call it, but it's made for vinyl, interior vinyl, to restore it. So I went ahead and added my lacquer thinner into my spray can, and then we're going to go ahead and add our, and you can see this stuff goes a long way, so if you're just doing one dash, get yourself a pint can. You don't have to buy the whole quart can. So we're going to go ahead and add our texture into our spray can just like that, and then we'll go ahead and mix it up. I have to keep my mixing sticks and my strainers in a plastic container because I live in Moab, Utah, and there's a lot of dust flying around, and those have to be protected from the weather. Let's go over to the car, and I'm going to test it out on the paper and set my spray gun to what I need to do. So this is the most important part of doing your dash, is actually simulating the texture that you want and also painting it. So we want to get our pressure down low. I want everybody to, do you see there? I'm going to get my pressure low, and then I'm going to open up the volume up so I'm spraying a lot of paint. Let's see what kind of texture we get, and we're going to test it on our paper right here. I got to get this tape to stick though, because I don't want no overspray getting on our beautiful brand new paint job. And if you look really close here, and I'm going to show you that, and if you look right there, that's our light texture that we are going to add to our dash, and we're going to blend that in. We're going to blend that in. So we're basically going to paint it pretty heavy here, and then we're going to blend it into the rest of the dash and lightly sprinkle it. So we'll be lifting our spray gun up and down as we are spraying. Now, once again, this is where it gets a little technical, so don't get all excited and upset. It'll all work out. And we're going to go ahead and blend it in. And here we go. That's it right there. That's all we're going to do. We're going to let that dry, and then once that's dry, we'll come back with our vinyl spray paint, which I'll go over that with you, our vinyl dye, and take it from there. So you can see it did texture the dash. If it's exactly 100% like factory, I can't say, but I think it came out nice. and I think it's going to look nice and beautiful and great. This is where we repaired it, right here. You can see that, and it looks awesome. Okay, our dash is now dry, and it is ready to go ahead and apply our vinyl dye to the dash itself. Once again, this is PPG product that I'm using. It's a high quality vinyl dye spray. You can get that mixed in basically any color you want. This is black, and it works very, very well. I don't know if POLYVANCE actually sells dye or not. So yeah, you can check it out if you want on their website. But this is a spray ready, straight out of the can dye, and it is a lacquer based product. Dries very quickly, and let's get over there. We're going to put possibly 2 wet coats on it, and then our dash will be done. Now, when spraying your dye, you want to turn your air pressure up. So you want it to be about 35 psi. Let's go ahead. You can see right there, that's our test. So we're going to turn our volume down just a little bit. We don't want to put it on real thick. That's pretty good right there. And let's go ahead and spray our dash and get it done. And that's going to be the hardest part. If your dash is still in your car, your classic old car, that's going to be the hardest part, is getting up underneath. If you have your dash still in the car, that's going to be the hardest part, is to spray it in the car. Now you also notice we have the windshield out on this. So that makes it a lot easier. And if you have an old classic car, my friend Pete basically just showed you how to save a lot of money. And this stuff dries very quickly, by the way, too, just to let you know. Alright, we went ahead and uncovered the car, classic car, 1969 Corvette, to show you the detail of what this product can do for you. And I put this can up here just to show you the name of the product, POLYVANCE. That's what they specialize in. They specialize in restoration products to restore your classic car and your dash. And I want you all to look at that as I run the light. Follow the light on that, and you can see that dash came out beautiful. Beautiful. My job was only to do the upper dash. If the owner wants to re-dye the rest of his dash with all the gauges, he's more than happy to do that. But I think what I did, the dash came out beautiful. It's a done deal, and it all happened because of this company right here, POLYVANCE. Give them a call if you're restoring your old classic car like you're looking at right here, and you need a product that's going to finish it out and save you tons and tons of money. Call POLYVANCE and let them know my friend Pete showed you how to do that right there.
Bye.